Hey guys, NaturallyNellzy here today, and I'm back with, I guess you can call it like a demo kind of video for you guys. I know I told you guys that I recently purchased a new foundation from BH Cosmetics, and it's actually the liquid foundation, and I got a color in Deep Cocoa. And I wanted to try a new foundation because like I noticed that like my application varies from foundation that I use, and I'm actually used to using this one right here, and this is by CoverGirl the Queen Collection foundation, and this one is Classic Bronze. So I did go a little bit darker with Deep Cocoa, you guys can obviously see that, and I kind of wanted to do a demo and show you guys exactly how this foundation is. So I'm going to start off with using my primer, and this is by Mirabella, and it's basically just a simple eye and face primer, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face to the areas where I'm gonna have my foundation, because the main part that I do need coverage is, like you guys can see, I have like this little dark area on my nose, so that's mainly like the area where I would focus on. And I wanted to get like a full coverage kind of foundation. I figured it would be better since I do want to, you know, work on those problem areas on my face. So I had got that one in a dark color, hoping that, you know, it would basically get rid of those problems. So one thing I like about this foundation is that it does come with a pump. My CoverGirl one doesn't exactly come with a pump, and I did use it before, so it's pretty creamy, so I'm only gonna use like that much of it. This should be enough for my whole face when I use like my stapling brush. So I just apply a little bit like that on the brush. Then I'm basically just gonna move it on my face like this in this kind of motion and just apply it. I'm noticing that it has like a kind of like a smell to it. It smells a little like soap to me. Oops, I got my mirror in the way. It smells a little like soap to me. But like I said, I used it before and it is kind of like a creamy consistency. So I guess I kind of like that about it because you don't need too much of it. But I am going to focus more on this area on my nose that I do want to conceal, because I usually have to go under it and conceal that with concealer. So the bottom portion of my face is basically taken care of, and I'm going to use a little bit more for the top. So I'm going to put a little bit more, not too much, just that much. Then I'll put a little bit more under my chin so I don't have to waste this product. Try to put my hair out the way. Now, I'll focus on the top. I keep getting my mirror in the way. And I'll put a little on my eyelids as well, just to blend it in. So guys, I'm pretty much finished with the foundation application, and as you, sorry, I'm trying to get this mirror. As you guys can see, like it has a nice, you know, color to it. My face doesn't look too dark or anything like that. Looking in the mirror, it doesn't look too dark either. It looks like this will be a little darker than what I'm used to, but for the most part, it's not too, you know, dark where it's to the point where I can't, you know, understand that this is not my, you know, original color. So I do like it, and like I said, the consistency is like, it's pretty thick, so I had to do like 2 pumps for it to apply to all of my face, which is really nice. And this dark area, I could use a little bit of concealer over here because I still see it, but I guess it's not as, you know, predominant as what it would be with my other CoverGirl concealer, which is in a lighter shade. So I do like that. So I'm basically gonna apply the rest of my makeup with my powder, and I'm gonna come back and show you guys how everything looks when everything is set. Okay guys, so I'm basically finished. I applied all the rest of my makeup, and this is pretty much how the results look. Now I didn't use any type of concealer under my foundation at all, and it does give pretty good coverage. I can still see a tiny bit of that little area that I usually like to conceal, but for the most part everything looks really nice. It really isn't, you know, an all over It really is an all over finish, and I don't see anything like, you know, I usually would have to conceal at this point, and I'll zoom in so you guys can see it a little bit better. So this is pretty much what the foundation application looks like. I'm pretty much impressed with it. I also did use my HD, what was it, my HD high definition powder with it, and it looks really nice. Usually with like my CoverGirl concealer, I would have to, I mean my CoverGirl foundation, I cannot know what I'm talking about today. I usually have to use a lot more, you know, like concealer and other things, but I just use the foundation as is, and it isn't too dark. My natural, you know, tone is still coming through, so I'm actually really happy with it, and I really do like, you know, the results that it gave me. We just fixed my hair, so I definitely like it, and I think it was worth it. I got it on sale from BH Cosmetics for I think like maybe $3 and change, and then with shipping it came to like I think around $6 or $7 total, so I think it really is good. The foundation, like I said, it's really thick, so you don't have to use too much of it. I only used 2 pumps for my bottom of my face and the top of my face. I didn't have to use any concealer to hide any of my other, you know, imperfections or whatever. This really did do a good job in covering it. And my most problem area on my nose, it's not that bad, but I'm guessing if I did use concealer with it, it would look even better. So definitely am happy with this purchase. My color is Deep Cocoa, and I'll definitely leave all the information where you can pick up your concealer from BH Cosmetics. So that's basically it. I'm gonna head out the door and run these errands, and I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial. Of course, there'll be glorious pictures at the end, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.